Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is an beginning of the month for the month of April tarot oracle reading. And Aries, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we still all have a little bit of Aries in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Aries in? That's where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching it at this time, it's perfect for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so the Queen of Pentacles is sitting on her throne, and she is representing the Pentacle energy. The Queen is known for being very resourceful. She's known to be able to make something out of nothing. Also, she prefers quality over quantity. And so this is representing old money. This is someone who doesn't need to throw their money around to prove to people anything. They've just always had money. So they don't, it's generational money that is a legacy that's passed down from one generation to the next. And so old money is a lot more conservative than new money a lot of the time, most of the time. The Pentacles do represent health, wealth, and happiness on the third dimensional plane. And then basically this is lifestyle, because of course, money is a big part of that. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to be living. So this is the underlying energy for the reading. Stella, come up here, honey. Come on, I know. You can come and join. Did you just wake up? My cat, Stella, loves to be here for the readings, and her job is to sit on my lap and purr, because purring raises the vibration. She already has happy feet, so we're in good pause. All right, we have the Four of Swords. Are you purring away now? You may not be able to hear her because I have a noise canceling mic on. But she's got her motor revved, and the vibration from a cat's purr is very high. It actually calms down the circulatory system. So if you have high blood pressure, then cats can be very beneficial when they're behaving. But you have to remember, cats have staff; they do not have owners. All right, we have the Four of Swords is represented here for the underlying energy for your internal forces. Internal forces are what keeps you up at night wondering, what if this happens? What if I do this and they do that? What if, what if, what if? The woulda, shoulda, couldas of life. And it gets you in a thinking loop. The way to break that loop is to go inward and meditate so that you can discipline your mind and pray, and get some information coming in from source energy. So that's what this person is doing. It looks like they've gone into a church or a building similar to a church. There's a stained glass window here. And the stained glass window, on that stained glass window, there's the word Pax, and P-A-X, and that means peace. So this person wants peace of mind. So they're trying to put their mind to rest and be able to use their intuition and feel for what they need to do next, feel from their heart. And this represents hanging the mind on the wall. And we have three different versions, ultimately, of the human mind. The subconscious mind, which is something that is pretty much cemented by the time we're about 6 or 7 years old. And these are actually the thoughts from when we're born, and our experiences, our environment, till the time we're about kindergarten age is when people started having memory of their own. And when you consider the subconscious mind, when you were little, when you're a baby, you probably don't have a whole lot of memories of that until around kindergarten age. So really, like a baby is like a sponge. You look at what a baby learns in the first year alone, and their environment has a huge influence on them, as well as the thoughts of the people that are put in charge of their care. So really, your subconscious mind is made up of those thoughts in that environment. And it's heavily imprinted on us, and even when we're an adult, that's the mind that we usually use, especially when we get triggered. Then we also have the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind, a lot of people accept, hey, I'm a human being with a soul, But from the soul's perspective, which represents the unconscious mind, the soul feels that you are a soul that's traveling in a human body, and this is your vehicle to navigate Earth. And so if you start, if the soul's needs are not met, then the soul starts becoming very loud and can become very disruptive in your thinking process. Then we also have the conscious mind. The conscious mind is what you have a handle on. This is what you have experienced yourself, like, and you remember it. So it's like, you know, this is what you know from your own, that what you've seen from your own eyes and that you've experienced in life. We have, for the what ifs, we're starting off the bottom part of this reading. So you feel, this is talking about someone who feels like they're in a cycle that's never ending, a never ending nightmare. This energy, it just keeps repeating over and over and over again. And it feels like you're in a rut, and like it's like a record that just keeps going around and around. But in actual fact, if you knew this, it might empower you. You'll notice, like when I went to school, I was taught that the sun was in the middle and all the planets went in a perfect circle around the sun, you know, doing their revolutions. And in actual fact, you know, that would be like a record groove. You know, it just is the same exact thing year after year. But this is actually very inaccurate because the sun is in the center and everything's moving. The galaxy is moving, everything's moving. It's spinning, it's spiraling, it's moving all over the place. It's never in the same place at the same time. You might be repeating the same routine day after day, but you're never in the same place at the same time. And when you start to understand that, then you realize there is no such thing as like Groundhog's Day, where it's exactly the same. There's always opportunities for when you're moving to be in an opportunity for something different to happen. And I found that very comforting when I found that out. And so this also can talk about like really stifling boredom, just being totally bored. And at times, though, this card can represent getting enlightenment from source energy. Like maybe if you just went inward and you were meditating in a church and praying and asking, hey, can I have some guidance here? Maybe in the middle of the night, generally between 2 and 4 a.m., the Holy Spirit comes to you and says, hey, why don't you try this? Take these consistent steps of action towards your goals, and you may find that you are out of this energy. Or you have a dream that's very real feeling, and you remember it, and this person might be trying to remember a dream. The quilt on the bed here has cosmic symbols on it, which represent the fact that the universe does have you covered. You're going to have to probably get out of bed and do something, though, because the universe likes action. So you're going to have to leave your comfort zone and get out of bed and do something to change this situation. All right, we have temperance. And so temperance is when you're on your divine path. Basically what that means is being the best version that you can be of yourself. And so a lot of people feel that this is earth angel energy is what this card represents. In the Bible, it says that God has 144,000 angels that he sends down to earth in human form to improve the planet. And so this is talking about, like, this angel has her foot in this water here, which represents the universal pool. And then she has her left foot grounded on earth. And right where her foot is, look at, there's already flowers blooming. And so this is adding alchemy of herself to this energy, and then walking the path of glory, which is the path of following her destined energy. And so this energy, oops, why am I putting that upside down? All right, there we have it. Do we want this one to be this way? That's why. I'm fussy about the way my cards go in my reading. There we go. There we've got the Four of Cups. The cups in tarot represent love, and quite often romantic love, but they can represent love for anyone or anything. And also they can represent love for something you love to be or do. Quite often, as I said, though, it is romantic love. And this person is sitting under the tree and they're disappointed in love. And the universe is saying, hey, why don't you have another cup of love? And they're like, no, thank you. I've already, if it's more of the same old shift, I'm done. So this could represent, you know, maybe you've had 3 relationships. They didn't work out so well. You might have had someone in your life and you've given them 3 chances and they're asking for a 4th. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out, I'm done. This can represent being in a couple and then having a 3rd party involvement. And worse yet, it could be this 4th cup of love coming in and someone's pregnant from that infidelity. So it can be a lot of things. If it's not about romantic love, it could be you have a partner in business that you're disappointed in, or family members, or whatever that is. You might be disappointed in your career. All right, we have the Page of Cups coming in. Now, usually when the pages are actually representing a youthful energy, the pages would work for the king and queen in the old days, and they would start around the age of 7 to 14 years of age, and they would learn the ropes of how to, be pleasing as an apprentice in the palace. And their main task would be running communication back and forth between people. And that's why this card is, when the page comes up, it represents communication or information that you need coming in. Now, the pages, when they, if they were like, once they were 21, if they were still there and they had been doing a good job and they could afford a horse, they might be considered for knighthood, and then they would become a knight. But so this page, the energy is talking, when the page card comes up, that there's some sort of communication or information coming in about something that is going to empower you, or you'll at least know what's going on. And this is a cup of love, and the page understands that that there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's totally enraptured with this cup that he's got his eye on. So he's really looking at this cup and focused on that one fish. And so this can represent, he knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but this is the one he wants. And so this could say someone's got their eye on you, or you've got your eye on someone in a matter of love. The communication could be coming in from like internet dating. It could be coming in from in person. Also, it could be a phone call, a text message. You could get an email. You might go on social media and someone messages you there, or you see an event listed there and you decide, well, I'm going to go attend, and you do, and you meet someone there. Also, the news is really a good way to get information coming in, because whatever's happening at the top in the news is affecting everybody below it. So we have here the Emperor, and the Emperor represents, is all about performance. So the Emperor is basically all 4 kings rolled into, from the minor arcana, rolled into one person. The Emperor is the 3rd card that you come across, or the 4th card that you come across in the tarot, like in the major arcana. And he is always wearing his armor underneath his robe, because he's ready to grab any opportunity at a moment's notice. He's considered like alpha male, and he has all the qualities of the 4 kings, as I said. So he's very intelligent, he's good with pentacles, he is emotionally available, he is someone that understands how to discipline his mind, and someone that produces at a high level. He would be at the top of his game in whatever industry or whatever his career is. He would be at the top, someone that other people look up to. And he is definitely alpha male energy. And then we have the Lovers. So this Lovers card is saying that the divine is sending in, the sun represents the Most High, God, and he's sending in a lover for you, a divine partner, someone that you can really enjoy, and that will be uplifting for you, and you'll be uplifting for them. And so this is like the universe trying to deliver this, but you're under the tree being disappointed and saying, no, I don't want it. So we got to convince you somehow is what's going to happen. So this implies, because there's a cloud between you, this could be someone you know, but you've never been in a relationship with, or you know of them, but you've never met them, or you don't know of them or haven't met them. And you need to get to know each other when you meet. And this also can represent that this is someone that would not be your regular type kind of energy. All right, so look, going from one side to the other here, we have your identity and your self-image. This is how you see yourself right now, either bored or stuck in a position, or you just got that enlightenment you know, in the wee hours of the morning, and you're trying to remember now so that you can take these consistent steps of action to improve your life. And you've been waiting for this because you've been like sitting for maybe stuck like this for a while now and just feeling like, you know, life isn't turning out the way you want it to. And so this is, you're having trouble getting on your path or maintaining that journey, like getting somewhere on it. And then this is talking about your communication from your early life. So you may have come from a family where, you know, your parents maybe split up or that kind of energy, or you just didn't feel loved for whatever reason as a child. Maybe your parents were really busy, or there was a lot of siblings and a lot going on, and you just felt kind of like the odd person out a lot of the time. And then this can be talking about your emotional foundation now. And so the Page of Cups is talking about someone that, you know, this energy is representing energy of wanting the love and wanting to find that perfect someone, you know, that would be uplifting for you. And, you know, maybe someone has their eye on you and they recognize that they feel you would be a perfect fit in their life. Now that could be the Emperor, or you could be the Emperor energy. This is about creativity, romance, and children. Yeah, so maybe the Emperor is looking for someone. Maybe the Emperor has everything he wants, except for he wants the love of his life in his life. And that's maybe the one thing that he's missing. Apparently, he has generational wealth. If this is representing, this is for the overlying energy. But maybe he has gone inward and said, look, God, I please want my perfect mate. And so here God's like, okay, here you go. You're on your path. Go, you know, here it is. Is it that simple? Sometimes, yes, sometimes it could be that simple. You sometimes hear about love at first sight, that kind of energy. It's not always that way things go. But this is because you are a star and you've been on your destined path. This represents the energy of external forces coming in now. And so external forces, you're not saying what if anymore. Now you're saying what the EF. What the EF happened here. Because you've been following your path and you've been doing everything you can to put your own the best version of you out there and adding that to the universal pool. And then you've been taking that down to earth. And you notice there's 5 streams of water here. So this is representing the pentacle. So you should be having all that energy coming in and everything. But for whatever reason, maybe you feel like this hasn't got to you yet. But now the external forces, we're going to see what is this about. This big star here represents that you're following your North Star energy, and that your North Star energy is now leading. That's where you are in your life right now. The North Star means you're on your destined path. And then we have, whoops, I don't take reversals. It was just an error. But we take note that this is reversed and it came back in like this way. So this could be saying that disappointment from love is now over. Now we have someone here that's in regret or remorse. This could represent you or the external forces, since we're talking about the external forces here. You could both be in regret or remorse, but I'm getting it's the actions from the external force that have caused the regret or the remorse. And this energy is talking about the energy of, possibly 2 people in a relationship, and there's a third cup. There's 2 cups of wine, and there's 1 cup of another fluid. So this can represent a third party involvement in a relationship that was a couple. And, there's a saying, don't cry over spilt milk, because you can't get it out of the, once it's spilled, you mop it up, you're not going to drink it. So this energy is talking about the wine poured out and the other liquid poured out, and now this person is standing there in total regret and remorse, like, why did I do that? But you could stand there for the rest of your life, and some people do. Or you could turn around and notice, hey, there's 2 cups standing here. I'm going to be grateful that they're standing, and I'm going to appreciate that, and I'm going to walk down the path, cross over the bridge over troubled waters here, get to my castle. Even though the castle is half standing and half full, or half dilapidated, this is representing the glass being half full or half empty. So it's kind of an energy of, are you going to stand there and be disappointed the rest of your life? over what happened or what you did, or are you going to pick up these 2 cups and move forward? That's about the best thing you can do at this point. And this is in the position of your partnerships, commitments, and marriage, basically spousal energy. And then we have the world coming in. So when you do that, it changes your world. That's basically what it's saying. Once you make the decision, okay, there's no sense in me standing here forever. I feel bad about what happened, and it's been really challenging and painful. But now I've decided I'm going to take what I have left and I'm going to make something of it. That's when the transition happens in your world, that you start a whole new cycle. The World card represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. When the Fool starts out on his journey, he's at the 0 point in the major arcana, and the very last card is card number 21. So when this card shows up, it means, okay, that cycle is now ended. You've accomplished everything that you're going to in this cycle. It's time to move on, and it's this is a position of transition in your life. So it's talking about you know, secrets coming out, and it's also about shared resources. So let's see what else, and that could be where this Pentacle energy is coming in here. We have the King of Wands, and so the King of Wands is a visionary person. The King of Wands is considered to be the most sexy of all the kings, the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. You could forgive him for anything because he's so charming, and he's really got a beautiful personality and a lot of fun, and you know, enjoys a good laugh. He's very intelligent and visionary, so he's always looking for creative solutions to any problem, and he loves to explore different knowledge just for the sake of it for a lot of the time. But he's very good at bringing those visionary visions that he has into the 3D world. On the back of his throne here, we have these circular salamanders. They're chasing their tail, and the lion, and that represents protection from fire. There's even a little salamander at his feet here. So this is saying that he is protected from fire. But one thing I noticed when I saw this, like, I don't know, once you see something, you can't unsee it, is there's a face on the back of his throne here, and there's the 2 eyes and the smoke coming out of the nose and then out of the mouth as well. And this is like saying that maybe he's just smoking hot, and he is, or it could say where there's smoke, there's fire. So this is kind of how, like, the King of Wands can sniff out like an energy, like he can see, that's why there's a problem there, and he can see the problem when other people can't and fix it. And he's very intelligent that way. Also, he tends to be looking always into the future, which sometimes makes him a little bit of a player in real life. And so he might always, on the romantic side, he might always have his eye, a bit of a roving eye. And this is talking about, where there's smoke, there's fire. So, if you're with a King of Wands and you feel like, there's something funny in my relationship here, it could be the possibility. Now, that could be talking about the energy of your ex-partner here, or it could be talking about who your partner went with, that kind of energy. Or it could just be talking about there's a King of Wands that has a visionary idea. We'll see what's it about. New passion coming in. So I would say definitely the wand it's made of wood, and it represents passion. The reason this is the element of fire, wood does feed fire. And so there's a passion, I feel this is a new energy coming in though. I don't feel it's this person, because this is now a gift from God. This is an ace, a passion for new discovery. And it's talking about, hey, someone who has this energy here. So I feel like the new world comes in, and maybe this is this King of Wands has his eye on you. And he wants to deliver some passion your way. Like, he's very passionate about it. This could represent this energy here of someone having their eye on you. maybe he's been waiting for you to break up with this energy because he's had his eye on you for a while and you just didn't know it. It could even be someone that you don't know yourself, but he's just someone, you know, a secret admirer kind of energy. And this is coming, this is happening, this is saying, this is talking about, this is also going to be very good for your career and your reputation, that kind of energy, or he has a good reputation. So, and then this is from, the blessing is coming in because you went and you conferred with God and with source energy to be in this position, like with the universe, to be, arrange it so that you are able to move forward. And here we have the rough water here represents chaotic energy, like there could be like, you know, a storm brewing. And this can be volatile emotions coming from chaotic lifestyle or whatever, and wanting to push off and move to calmer waters. This long rod here represents the energy. This conveyor who's moving the boat has to dig very deep to be able to move that boat forward, because that's the way that it propels forward. And so that represents that you have to dig deep to be able to heal your, this energy, or to be able to get into this place where you quiet your mind and move out of this relationship and move forward. Now, this sometimes can represent this adult with the child with no baggage, can sometimes represent healing your inner child and wanting to move forward with healing of, you know, healing your inner child, your subconscious mind, basically. So that you're not reactive, and that you're more responsive to the energy around you and have more confidence in, you know, the choices that you make. And then we have the truth, and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, coming out. So you're going to find out the truth of the situation. And also this is saying that this is also going to be satisfying for your unconscious mind, because this is in your spiritual position. So this energy is saying that this King of Wands energy is the person that God is suggesting that you take a chance with here. That this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. That this person does have passion for you, and that it will be a blessing in your life, and your soul's needs will also be met, because you and this person are going to be able to stay on that destined path. And this person may already be a star, and also recognize you as a star, or you might be the star and recognize them as, you know. So just take it however it works for you. This is an awesome way to start out a reading, Aries. I really like the beginning of April. Remember, there's a full moon on April 1st. And April 1st is April Fool's Day. So the morning might be a little rough. Don't let that wreck your day. I don't know, it seems kind of a joke from the universe that in this energy that we have on the planet at this time, there's so much going on, and there's so much AI, and people are trying to figure out what's true and what's not true. And then we have an extra addition on the full moon energy of this energy of, whoa. Now we have like people deliberately playing tricks on people, and it's like accepted as a holiday. Only till noon though. High noon for some possibly. Also recognize that this full moon, I did an entire reading on the full moon just before this, because I wanted, we can feel that energy coming in about 3 days before the full moon arrives. And this full moon is in the sign of Libra, and Libra is about wanting to, the whole energy of this full moon is actually about wanting to better your relationship with your significant other, even maybe if it's someone that you haven't met yet, that on a spiritual level, that your soul wants you to meet, basically. The soul's saying, I've had enough of you and your bullshit. It's time for you to make a wise choice here. I'm tired of listening to you cry about shift. That kind of energy. So there's been a lot of energy in the astrological influences at the end of February and the beginning of March. And I have a playlist of the new moon, full moon energy that has the readings for each of the signs. I highly advise you to go there if you're feeling like, oh, this might be of substantial interest to you. Aries, a lot of planets moved into your sign during this time frame. Then we had 2 eclipses. We had the year of the horse energy coming in. I also have a separate playlist that has that the year of the fire horse energy from February 17th. How that affects everybody, each sign, month by month in the year. So those are readings in themselves, so I don't want this reading to be that long. But you can go there and check it out if you're interested in that. If this is good for you and you're leaving off here, no, I got the right cards here. If you're leaving off, then thank you so much for your time and energy. Please do give it a like and comment and consider subscribing. You are more than welcome. For those of you who are saying, no, I'm interested, call it, I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So let's go for it. And we're going to use my Oracle, Tales from the Vector. I started this in 2007. In 2020, I completed the 64th painting. And now I'm getting ready to bring it out. I've had it at my seminars in the past when I taught seminars. And I had also at psychic fairs for several years. But it wasn't complete then. Now it's complete, and I'm ready to, I've been working on it. I have a lot of the information written out, what I wrote down as I was doing the paintings. But now I want to play with it now that, and online here, what better way? So that's my channel is now my main priority. And when I feel like, okay, I've played with the cards enough, then I will write that up for the booklet and bring it out. I'm just having fun with it. I've learned so much actually, like already. All right, so we have the energy coming in. Oh, in the description box below, the numbers on the cards that I come up here are the numbers of the paintings as they are in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. So you can go there. I will put them in the order they appear here so you know which ones to look up if you're interested. All right, we have the Lovers coming in. So this is definitely saying that this is going to be a big improvement over your lifestyle, and also that it will bring in, maybe it's going to also improve your career and your reputation and that kind of energy, so that you can bring in the coin as well to improve your lifestyle. We have the Hierophant energy. This is talking about justice coming in from consulting with the Most High. So justice comes in from the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is about traditional structure. For some people that are religious, this could be religious figures. For those of you who go to source without the intermediary, this could be about getting the information through your intuition. And then that's brought down to earth, and then the legal system deals with it. We have the sign of Virgo coming in here. So Virgo is about communication. Mercury rules Virgo. In the last, on the 20th, Mercury had been in retrograde for 3 weeks basically. And went direct on the 20th. So the communication is a lot stronger now. And that's what Virgo energy is ruled by communication. When the horoscope signs come in my readings, I just want you to be aware, I'm not talking about individual people here. I'm talking about the energy of that sign, like the state of being. Each of the signs has their own strengths and weaknesses that we can all learn from. And generally, most of us have the energy of each of the signs in our birth chart. So Virgo energy is about contributing through strong communication. And so Virgo energy is very much good at aligning things and putting things in order so that you can take the consistent steps of action to get where you want to go. It's also about strong communication. We have the Emperor energy coming in again, saying that because you're staying on your path here. Now, this energy is in your internal forces, so you could be this Emperor energy because it seems to be clarifying that. And maybe that energy is talking about this is you wanting to come into someone's life that is you know, that you have your eye on, or you could be the emperor and someone outside of this realm has their eye on you. Generally, because this is such a masculine energy, a lot of the characters in the tarot, like this could be a female. The king could be a female in their masculine energy as well as a male in their masculine energy. And that's true of all the cards. The Emperor is a very alpha male energy, so if it is a female, they would be very, very masculine for to represent this energy. All right, but it's possible. So then we have the High Priestess energy coming in, and this is about using your intuition. So the universe is offering you a gift here. Are you going to take it? So you have to decide, like, to use your intuition along with your logic. You don't just want to be thinking all the time and not ever feeling with your heart. Then we have about being able to manifest from your sacral chakra. So that's where, you know, the sacral chakra is where we manifest from. So if that center is really strong, and this is kind of that youthful exuberance of using that sacral chakra energy. And then look at this, the Emperor card. Isn't this interesting? Because we have the Emperor on staying on your path. And then we have the Emperor here talking about when this transition happens. So this is clarifying definitely that the Emperor here, and you could be the Queen of Pentacles as well. Maybe the Emperor is this energy here, because as soon as the World card comes in, bang, this is the Emperor. So the Emperor could be in this energy because he's feeling really passionate. That's what I'm getting. And you're the Queen of Pentacles energy is what I feel. That makes total sense here. All right, so the Judgment coming in is unfettered. This is from God. It's meaning that your heart is, the fear in your heart and of being vulnerable, and perhaps something that you have suffered as a child that that's being healed. Sometimes when we have drama and trauma in our life when we're young, even if we don't remember it, it's heavily imprinted on us. And it can make things really challenging. Like, for instance, in all our relationships, like even our relationship to money. If, you know, you were raised in a family where there was never enough money and you were told money's hard to get, and, you know, you have to, you know, that kind of energy, it can shape your ability to manifest, to have the lifestyle you want. It also can represent the energy of some trauma happening to you. It can make it really challenging for you to allow yourself to be vulnerable in love and open your heart up fully to experience true love. So this healing energy is saying, like, that's what's changing the world. And really, when you think of it, God is the only one that is capable of really judging other people, because only God has the full big picture. We don't know what happened to someone when they were younger. They don't even know necessarily, you know. So it's hard for us to actually judge people. We most certainly, though, can judge their actions and the effect that they have on us and whether or not we want to participate anymore. We have the Scorpio energy, which is the sexual gladiator. And I feel this is the trigger from the external forces. This energy, I feel your partner, your ex-partner that you were with, had stepped out, and this broke your trust or whatever, and it's now, you know, the Scorpio energy can either bring people closer together and unite them, or it can actually be an energy of where people get disconnected. And we have perception. Yeah, your partner felt the grass was greener on the other side, but if it makes you feel any better, then they found out it was fake. So you can have real grass that's green, but you have to cultivate it. You know, you have to prepare the soil properly, plant the seeds, and then water it and weed it and fertilize it and cut it, and then you'll have a beautiful lawn. But if you don't do those things, probably your lawn isn't going to be as beautiful as someone who does. And then the Taurus energy, and you can also buy plastic grass now. So, you know, the grass could be greener because it's fake. And then we have the Taurus energy here, which is about the give and take that a toddler, it's talking about the days of when you would accept the give and take of a toddler energy. You no longer are, like, toddlers are totally lovable. And Taurus energy is the second sign in the zodiac. So the infant Aries comes in as a newborn, but the Taurus energy is toddlers. And you know how a toddler is? They're very lovable, and but when it comes to the give and take, the share, and you ask them to share, they can throw a major temper tantrum. And you know, the sign of the Taurus energy is the bull or the steer, and this can be like a bull in a china shop when they don't get their way. And this is about getting into this energy of understanding that the universe is a place of give and take, and learning how to do that and do it so it's fair for you and fair for others. And then we have the shooting star energy, which is talking about having a strong attitude. And so maybe you've always wished for someone like the King of Wands to come into your life, and because you've wished for that and you had a good attitude and stayed on your path, here it is. But it's because you put the energy in. If you just sat there, oh, I wished upon a star, and then you sat there and waited, you could end up being really old. You could be like this person here, standing there, why isn't anything happening? The otherworldly and worldly desires. So this is talking about sometimes people will give themselves permission to take what's not theirs, or to, just this once I'm going to do this because this is what I feel like doing. And this is that energy of that full moon that we have coming up here now. It is coming up in a couple days, so we're definitely in that energy. You can feel it. It's kind of like people getting kind of like fed up right now with the energy. You have to remember that the Virgo energy is like when someone's mature enough to handle that commitment, and they are in a place of compromise and they're willing to make compromises. But this energy, exactly opposite on the wheel, is the Aries energy. And Aries is about I am going to be self-assertive. And this energy can be like, it can come out in like very passionate ways that are not necessarily beneficial, and giving yourself permission to do things that you wouldn't normally do just because, why shouldn't I? I deserve it. I'm just going to do it this one time. One time isn't going to make that much of a difference. And that's when, you find out, yes, it can. And then the Leo energy is talking about, this is at a stage of life, like think about teenage boys, and how impulsive that actions can be. That's what this is saying. Your passion, you have to learn to control it, and so Leo energy is natural born leaders. Like they are charismatic and really very much this energy here. They are a fire sign. Aries is a fire sign, Leo and Sagittarius. And so this is an energy of, born to lead, but not mature enough to do so yet. So sometimes when, you think of young men, how when they're really impulsive, they could be like, come off as being very arrogant. And that's because they aren't confident, but they're trying to appear to be confident. Then it shows up as arrogance instead. And then we have the Mother's Worry card coming out. And so this mother's worry could be, you might have a mother that's worried about you in this position, but it's also that energy of like when you're a child and you're looking at your parents and you're thinking, what the EF? the external forces, like seriously. And then one day you look in the mirror and you're like, mirror, mirror, magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest after all? No, you're actually asking, magic mirror on the wall, I've become my mother after all. After saying over and over again, I'm never going to be like my mother or like my parents, and I'm going to raise my children differently, and I am not going to make the same mistakes they do. And unfortunately, the truth of the matter is we tend to repeat the mistakes of our parents because they're so imprinted on us from our subconscious mind. Also, this card is coming up a lot, and this is in the spiritual level, because a lot of people refer to the earth as Mother Earth, and whoa, there's a lot happening on Mother Earth right now. We're going through some major changes. Now, and the beginning of April is a good time to take a breather from it, but we do have, towards the end, on April 26th, Uranus is moving into Gemini, and this is going to be felt by a lot of people. And I'm not going to talk about that. Let's enjoy this more gentle energy. And I promise I will do that in good time before that hits. Well, a lot of people are starting to feel it now. Just the energy of everything that happened at the beginning of March and at the end of February is like been enough for me to talk about. And so check out those playlists if you are interested in knowing more about that. Thank you for your time and energy. Please do give it a like and comment if you have enjoyed this reading, and consider subscribing. I'd be more than honored if you did so. And yeah, I'll be back with another reading for you. What will it be? It'll probably be regarding, let's see, we've already done the full moon because the full moon landed on April 1st. So it will probably be a reading regarding the middle of the month energy. Bye for now.